Test.
Still delaying these things. Yeah. Why is it?
Because I'm an idiot and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with the audio.
There's gonna be I think it's something dumb. It's gonna be something stupid.
If I told you the amount of time I spent fucking around with this thing, trying to get like the delay with the headphones, and you know what happened was when I first started doing the show, we were down in the basement and I had Matt. We talked about Matt last time.
Yeah.
I had Matt come over, set everything up. It was spot on, perfect. Once I moved everything upstairs because of COVID hit, I turned the basement into a gym, so I moved everything up here.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I cannot get the headphones, so it's like an echo, and so I just don't use them. But at the end of the day, it's literally just like you get sweaty ears. You trying to impose your will? You're getting taller than
No, dude, I feel better as I can see.
Oh, you can tilt it too. I
can see you though.
So you know what it is? My chair's already set up because this is where I work all day.
Yeah.
I'm literally in this chair 10 hours a day. Yeah, it sucks.
Well, so am I.
I know your pain, brother. That's right. Folks, awesome episode tonight. I have, again, Mike Evangelista, the Trump connoisseur. Little disclaimer, if you are voting blue, Biden, if you're a liberal, you may want to switch the channel now. So this episode is going to be brought to you by Ocean State Nutrition. Plug the stores, tell them where they can find you. Boom.
Oakland Avenue, and across from Superior Bakery, and on Smith Street in North Providence, where near the New Fit gym. The U-Fit. Yeah, U-Fit.
So when I initially opened that store years ago, then you guys took it over, I intentionally put it across the street from the bakery for two reasons. Because all of you who can't control your eating habits after lunch, if you're leaving there with Stromboli or a calzone, you feel like shit, you get halfway out of the parking lot, and you're like, maybe I'll go pick up a fat burner. There's your fat burner right there. All right, so listen, we have, tomorrow's the 31st, we have 5 days till the election, 4 days?
Yeah, 4 days.
4 days till the election.
Yeah.
I want to make this episode a fucking cement truck of shit on top of crybaby liberals' heads.
Yes, we can do that.
Let's start with, so now, just to get things rolling, I don't do a ton of homework on politics.
Yeah.
I'm more or less like today, I told you a few minutes ago, I made my profile picture on Facebook, Vote Red 2020. Okay. I do that because I'm a fucking scumbag troll. And I try to get under people's skin with my posts. So, and I always tend to poke people a couple days before the day of a show based on the topic.
Yeah.
So what I'd really love to get your perspective on, and I want to go back to like the Stormy Daniels bullshit.
Yeah.
Because obviously we now know the Russia and the Ukraine and all that nonsense was just that, just bullshit on top of bullshit. Mm-hmm. So talk.
I think the big difference between now and 16. Okay, first of all, I honestly don't think I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen this election. I just have a feeling that you can't predict what's going to happen.
No, because I feel like it's up to the Democrats.
Right.
Like they will try to do something.
Exactly.
They've tried so many other things.
From what I see, and believe me, I'm on Twitter all day long. You know my job. I have a lot of time to waste. So anyway, I'm on Twitter all day long, and I see for instance, when Biden's going and do his so-called rallies to meet 6 people in the parking lot or whatever, right?
It's like a flu clinic.
There's Trump cars behind his bus.
I know. I saw that.
It's crazy, the enthusiasm. So this is how I look at it.
I've never seen anything like it.
2016, he wins, okay? First of all, he wins in 16. So here we are, 3.5 years, almost 4 years later. Trump hasn't lost a single person from 16.
If nothing, he's gained.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
So if anything, he's gained. And you see it with not only the black community, see what a lot of people think, the biggest minority is the Latinos.
Yeah.
And he's crushing it with
he
Masvidal's back on. And that's what I was talking to someone today. I says, you see it more and more now.
Come a little closer to that, Mike.
Where people aren't afraid to say they're going for Trump. It's like now you're starting to see celebrities come out, and today, for instance,
Brett Favre came out.
Brett Favre, Bobby Orr.
Bobby Orr
came out today. Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne was always, I think, with Trump, but he's actually really verbal about it. In fact, that interview he gave about a white cop saving his life is awesome. That is, I watched that video over and over. I love the way he describes it.
But you know what's sad, and this is what really gets under my skin, is that they've turned it into a color, a race. Yeah. It's not about politics anymore.
Nope.
It's not about if you truly cared about what was best for this country, you would stay the fuck away from Biden and Kamala Harris.
Yeah, that's true.
And
it's clear as day. Clear as day.
It is what it is, but it just seems like people are against Trump because they don't like him as an individual.
Yeah.
My thing with that is, okay, when have you ever, on a personal level, like the president?
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Exactly.
it's like saying you have a personal connection with an actor or an actress.
Yeah,
Like, it's just nonsense.
And to add that, okay, he's finally swinging the hammer now.
Yeah, he is.
Where I'm not a politician. Like, it took him 3.5 years to really drive that nail home, but now he's saying it. Folks, if I don't sound presidential, it's because I'm not a politician.
Yeah.
And he does, you know what it is?
And he's proving you don't need to be a politician to run this country correctly. I think politicians, for the most part, are useless.
Exactly.
Useless.
Yeah. They're there for themselves, Steve.
Yes.
They're there for themselves.
The
This
money
man
they
didn't have to come here and make money.
His net worth dropped by $1.5 billion in
shit.
3 years.
That's how much he loves the country. He
Yeah.
really does. And if you watch now, I watch like clips of Biden and stuff, and even in the debate, I am so glad the last debate, the second was supposed to be the third. When Trump called him out, Joe, that is such a political move you just did. They were talking about China or whatever,
Yeah.
and then he turns to the camera and you're sitting around the dinner table. He goes, it's such a political move. When Trump's at his rally, he talks to us.
I could listen to it. He's like a buddy.
Yeah, and Biden talks at people.
Yes.
It's totally different.
No, you're absolutely right.
Trump has that. He's got the pulse. He can he can check the pulse, and he just goes with it.
No, Biden is, and look, not for nothing. If you strip everything away, topically take everything away from these two candidates, who do you feel more comfortable running the country?
No shit.
Look, I almost feel bad for Biden because he looks like a sick old man.
I'm so glad you say that. And and I can't draw any conclusion. First of all, Joe Biden's a piece of shit for putting her husband through this. I'm sorry, but okay. So you can say you got early stages of dementia.
I do.
Okay. Is Brianna gonna troll you out there? She's gonna say, screw you people. I'm not putting my husband through this.
He's sick, he needs help, he's not well.
Exactly.
Nope, they want the power.
Yeah.
It's all about power.
Well, I think now they're running for their lives. I think that they think if they get elected, all this stuff gets swept under the rug.
I think that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah, and a part of me also believes that Hunter, let's face it, I mean, I don't want to pile on the guy. I feel kind of bad when they do that because he's an addict. He's had his issues, but why has he had his issues? I think it goes deep. I think he was abused. I honestly,
absolutely,
a part of me thinks he's doing this to his father. Like,
do you understand? Me and Brianna had this conversation.
Yeah,
like it's almost a spite move. Like who leaves? If you're the son of the vice president of the United States, I don't care how high on crack you are.
Right.
How do you leave your laptop? First of all, why are you taking your laptop to a PC repair shop? Don't you have somebody that handles this shit for you?
Right.
You don't have a buddy.
Throw it out, get a new one. I mean, come on, really?
To me, that blows my mind. It's like you planted evidence for the sake of planting evidence.
Right.
And the amount of shit on there. Have you seen the videos and the pictures?
And that's what makes me think too. Okay, does he want to set his father? Because supposedly there are underage girls on that with him.
Yes.
Like, do you want to bury yourself? Like that? I don't know. I don't know which way to go on that. But I definitely think he was abused as a kid. I really do.
I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like this goes hand in hand with the whole pedo wood and everything that goes out of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like to be part of that elite inner circle where you're almost invincible. You are above the law. You hear about some of the parties these people throw in them and the initiations and the hazing and the shit they have to do.
Isn't it?
Like grown men, politicians have to get bent over and fucked in the ass solely because whoever's dominating you is allowing you into that circle, but that's how they maintain control of you.
Yeah.
You poison their mind, their body, their soul at that point. Like you how do you come back from that?
Yeah.
Like the more prevalent this topic becomes, the more sick and twisted shit that comes out.
Think about it.
It's disgusting.
And when they put them people through that hazing and that so-called like initiation, if it is true, I mean now the thing is that they have something on you, and they all have something on.
Yes.
So they all kind of have to come in agreement on certain points.
You have to play the game now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what another beautiful thing that Trump said was, I could be get the biggest donations because I could call up people, head of companies and stuff. He goes, but I don't do that because I'm going to owe them a favor.
Yeah, I don't want to be
nobody.
Nothing.
I love
he can throw the whole country under the bus without looking over his shoulder.
You know what's the other thing? He goes, he was in the casino business. don't think he has video footage. Like that crosses my mind too. Like with all like when you walk into a casino, like
you're on camera everywhere.
He must have dirt on people.
He has to.
He's gonna have dirt.
Don't you wish it would come out? Don't you?
I'm waiting 2024. I want him to write a book.
So let me give you my perfect scenario. Trump takes this election. We get 4 more years of Trump. Then either Ivanka or his...
I think... My prediction, I think Pence is going to make a run.
I think he should.
I think he should. And you know what? I think he's going to pick as his VP. I think a strong candidate is going to be Kristi Noem from South Dakota.
Oh, she's awesome.
She is.
She has got her shit together, right? She has got her shit together. She runs that like complete transparency. Yeah. Like they turned away the federal money from COVID. They didn't need it. She said, gave it back. Said, you know what, to the president, give it to a state that needs it more than we do. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
Our governor. Please, malignant bitch. So here's my perfect scenario. Trump wins, so we have 4 more years of Trump.
Yeah.
In that time, I'm going to pose this question to you.
Yeah.
Would you rather Trump divulge one of 2 things? First scenario is proof, evidence, and video footage of aliens, or proof, video, and evidence of all the things we're talking about right now.
Oh, the things we're talking about now.
Thank you.
I want to see people go on.
Fucking alien. Well, they're always going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly think that he's almost like these first 4 years, he was like laying the groundwork.
That's what it feels like.
But the swamp, Steve. Oh my
it's
God.
so deep.
I see things like I follow all this stuff like Hunter. There's a couple people I follow on Twitter that were in the military or whatever, and they hear things and they say even they think Barr has got immunity from prosecuting the Bidens and the Clintons and stuff like that. Like he can't go there. Where is he? I haven't heard a thing.
Nothing.
I haven't heard him.
Nothing.
Like, where is this guy? Like, you know who the hero is right now? Giuliani.
Yeah.
That guy, let me tell you something. I won't want him on. He put Gotti away.
Thank you. I said that before. This is the guy who took down the Gambino crime family.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to see Giuliani become the Speaker of the House. I'd love to see that. I would. I love him.
Oh, I'd like to see. I want to see Michael Flynn become director of FBI because Christopher Wray's in bed with the swamp.
Yes, he is.
He's in bed with the swamp.
And Flynn, given everything he went through, I think once Trump does win, I'm confident Trump will win. Now, am I leery about some bullshit? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Flynn get put into some type of position of power where he can get some type of retribution on those who set him up for that slaughter.
I am telling you, it's coming. It is. He knows. Listen, he knows everything.
He knows everything.
Now, I don't know if you heard anything, but I know that they're waiting for his case to be dismissed. It's like the judge is dragging his feet. It's almost
now that Barrett's in, that'll get sped up.
But I mean, and his lawyer. Oh, is she ruthless?
Well,
she might be director of FBI. She's awesome.
You need to, and it's funny. So for a lot of you listening who don't particularly follow politics, you look back at from when Trump got into office up until this conversation now, how many people he's dismissed, put into positions, moved out of positions, relieved of duties, fired.
It's a business.
Well, thank you. He's not running this like a political office. He's running this like you're his board of executives.
Yeah.
So if you're not going along with what he wants you to do, and
you're not doing your job.
I really think what happened is he's letting people go who aren't doing what we're seeing now. Right. They're not giving him the momentum that he wants.
Right.
I think that's why he got rid of so many people. So it's almost like now it's like, take this job, but here's the caveat. You're going to do whatever the fuck I tell you. You're going to go after who I tell you to go after. Yeah. We're going to do shit that's going to make you and your family uncomfortable. It's got to be that way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's crazy because when the sports started getting all crazy and shit with, they got political. Look, I watch politics all day long, Steve, and I have Trump to thank for that because before Trump got in, I couldn't tell you basically who was like
nothing.
I know head of FBI, all this stuff. I didn't know.
No, he makes it fun to listen and pay attention.
Yeah, but he started uncovering rocks, and he opened my eyes to a lot of crooked shit and stuff like that. And it's crazy. But then it's like the sports are gone. I'm down to UFC and I'm down to hockey. Those are the two sports I watch.
November 9th, my cable contract is up. I've already contacted Cox. I need internet only. I have no use for your cable. Football sucks. Basketball sucks. Baseball sucks.
Yeah.
I don't watch sports for politics.
Baseball was my baby.
I grew up playing baseball.
So
I grew up playing baseball.
I lost girlfriends over the Yankees because I had to watch every inning of every game.
I know. I was the same way.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I can't stomach it anymore.
And when they did that knelt I was like, oh my God, this is America's pastime. What are you doing? It just left it. Look, they have platforms. I get it, but just don't do it on the field because I want to watch a game. When I turn the games on, it's to get away from the politics of it.
Yeah, I want to forget about. You want to get away from life for a little bit. It's
right. And then the people say, "Oh well, the UFC fighters say things about you." Yeah, they do. And if a player got on the mic in an interview after the game or whatever and said, Biden, that wouldn't bother me.
But put that shit all over the field and all that nonsense, the sidelines,
and then like the NFL, like they were putting names
on the back of their heads,
but
the helmets.
There was a player that wanted to put the fallen officers from 9/11
Villanueva from the Steelers,
and they wouldn't let him do it. Like
Tim Tebow was threatened to get fined when he used to kneel and pray to God on the sidelines.
Yeah.
But everything that was kind of based on what this country was founded on is not allowed anymore. You have to be an extremist or an activist, but that's okay.
Look what Big Tech's doing.
No, please.
If you don't, seriously, I think they just let the New York Post back on
Twitter.
The Hunter Biden story. They were locking them out. Yeah. And then that dipshit in plain English lied
Yes, he did.
Yeah, they could. He's just a dipshit.
First of all, the guy looks like he lives on the streets of San Francisco.
Right.
What's the guy's name, the head of Twitter?
Jack Dorsey.
Jack Dorsey, if you ever hear this, you look like one of those momos that would take a shit on the side of the road in San Francisco and then wipe yourself with a used Arby's bag from the trash can next to you. That's what you look like. Get your shit together, buddy.
Yeah, unbelievable. But so back to my previous point about the sports. So now it's like if I'm at the store, I'm actually saying to myself, "Oh, is there a Trump rally today?" I'm looking and I'll play the Trump rally, But and then you get into like, okay, I'm watching the Trump rally. I see a customer pull up. I put the volume down.
Yeah, because it could cost you business. There are some people.
Yeah, it's cost you business, but there lies in. I think it was a study. I think it was 60% of Trump supporters that are quiet about it.
Yeah.
So that's why that's why these polls I think are all backwards and you can't go
bullshit. It's all bullshit.
You can't go by the polls. I'm telling you, it's just the enthusiasm. Now, this is another thing too. The early voting, the mail-in, we're holding our own. We usually get our ass kicked right now, and we are holding our own. And with their shit in their pants, Biden's going to do a rally in Minnesota where they haven't lost that state since 72. Reagan didn't even win that in his second term when he swept the country, basically.
It's a big Muslim population there, too.
72 they went, and he's doing a rally there? That's panic mode, dude.
Yeah, of course
that is panic mode. Like, they're afraid they're going to lose Minnesota.
What I'm hoping... What I sincerely hope is that these states that were decimated by the riots and all the bullshit, like Seattle, Portland, Minnesota, all these like this all started over George Floyd. What's happening now has nothing to do with George Floyd whatsoever.
No.
I sincerely hope that the people who pay taxes in those states open your eyes, understand the severity of what could take place if you don't put your foot down.
Right. Well, here's the thing, too. I don't care. At the end of the day, when people enter that voting booth, there's two things on their mind. Their wallet and their safety. Mm-hmm. And Trump's got it like checkmate on both of them.
Of course he does.
Sorry. Look at the GDP. The news don't even cover it.
No, the GDP, what was up? 33.1%. Yeah, I just saw that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, at the tail end of a pandemic. Which, now that we bring that up, I'd love to get your thoughts, your theories, or what's floating around about COVID. I personally think that COVID was set upon us, or set upon the world as a way to fight what Trump did in terms of like the tariffs with China and so forth.
Well, excellent point, because I think that if he was like every other politician and just laid down for China, I don't think there'd be any COVID.
Do you know what percentage of this country China currently owns in terms of real estate and or organizations?
No, it isn't.
I've heard it's upwards of like 46% of the United States is owned by China, and I think that's being generous.
Yeah.
In terms of what organizations, I mean, the NBA, like movies, Hollywood.
No one in the NBA even comes out against communist China when they're asked.
No, they can't.
It's
Well, all their shit's made there. Their markets are massive over there. Marvel, DC, and I'm a comic book fanatic. You've seen my basement.
I know you like that shit.
It makes me sick because even The Rock came out endorsing Biden.
Okay,
that was one of those staged things.
Let me tell you right now.
That was worse than a faked orgasm, and I faked a few.
I don't have any problem with celebrities supporting their candidate.
He looked like a hostage.
What pissed me off about that and actually rubbed me oh God, so bad. Here's a guy who for years, I had $12 in my pocket. I was
$7.
broke. Okay, $7, whatever it was. No one's gonna give you anything. You gotta work. Here's a guy who loves capitalism, going. Now he comes.
He's endorsing socialism.
Supports the party that wants you to live off the government's
You wonder how much?
Are you kidding me?
I would love to. I wish somebody could hack into his financials and find out how much money he was paid to shoot that fucking disgusting endorsement.
It's terrible.
It looked like they had his family gagged and bound up on the other side of the room. It was so fake.
Yeah.
So fake. And that makes me sick because that man, his story is literally the idea of the American dream.
Yeah. Exactly. Steve, it goes against everything he's preached and he's done.
So
it's crazy.
Brianna and I shop at Aldi on Bald Hill Road, right? So I was never into that store. I hated it.
Yeah.
I love that store now. Anyone who doesn't shop at Aldi, you're missing out.
Poopy likes that store too.
Love it. So listen to this. So there's the guy's name's Kenrick. Like Kendrick Lamar, but without the D. So his name's Kenrick.
Yeah.
He's not Jamaican. I forget exactly where he was from.
He works at Aldi?
He does. So he's the manager at the Aldi on Bald Hill Road. So just from seeing him, we go, usually Friday nights, our date night, we go grocery shopping. So we became friends with the guy.
So, kind of like I night.
We saw you. So we got to know the guy, right? So we're shooting the shit one day. We're just in the aisle talking. He gets so, he makes you so happy to go there. Like he's just, now. So we were just chatting it up. It was maybe about a month or so ago. I was buying all my Halloween candy and stuff. So we started talking. I said he showed me a picture. He bought like a late 90s 2000 4-door Honda Civic. And he showed me that he tinted the windows and he cleaned up the tires. And he was all proud of it. I go, dude, I'm like, that's awesome, man. I said, Jesus Christ. I said, I just realized, I think I parked next to you in the parking lot. So we walk over to the window, we look out, I was like, yeah, that's my car. So then he starts telling me, he says, this is why I'm showing you and Brianna this, because we're on first name basis with the store manager now. He says, I came to this country with no money, 2 suitcases. It's all I came here with. Wow. He says, I worked, I started at the bottom. He goes, I scratched, I clawed. He goes, now I manage this store. He goes, I have a nice apartment. He goes, it's nice for where I live in Providence. He goes, but next year I'm going to start looking for a home. Now he has a kid who came here from nothing and he loves Trump. Yeah. But Mike, when I tell you, I said it to Brianna afterwards, I'm like, I wanted to cry listening to his story. Yeah. Because that is exactly what this country is supposed to be. Exactly. You come here,
land of opportunity.
Look, some people may look at that like the guy runs an Aldi. I look at that as, what did he come from? He came from poorer than poor. Yeah. Now here he is, 2 suitcases, no money, came here with hopes and dreams. Yeah. And he's proud to have a late 90s or a 2000 Honda Civic. He's proud to have an apartment. He's proud of it. So Brianna and I we took down the number. When you're walking out of Aldi, there's a number you can call to talk about the store if there's problems or suggestions.
Oh, you gave him a good thing?
We're going to call. We wrote it down this week. We're going to call to tell whoever we can talk to about what an amazing individual that man is.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he is literally the reason I spend $200 a week over there. I used to go to Walmart. I would go to BJ's, get my stuff. But now because I'm so happy and proud of his story, I literally shop there because A, I get to converse with him, and B, it makes me happy to support this guy's dream.
Yeah, that's nice.
But that's what this country should be about. Right. Not here's a problem I have with Democrats. I don't want to generalize all Democrats, but what we're seeing now as Democrats. You want to punish people for being successful. You want to punish big corporations and make it expensive, take more of their bottom line at the end of the year. Yeah. When you do that, you stunt growth, you stunt job growth. Yeah. the idea that Republicans back big business, I think that's healthy, because if people have more money and there's an opportunity to invest that money and do more with it, are they going to give some bonuses out and shit? Yeah, okay, Democrats will do the same thing.
Right.
But when you cut their throats like that, that's when you force people to go to China. How many jobs it was like 170 something thousand jobs?
Steve.
He's brought back from China?
You can tell, okay, Joe Biden, you can tell, is basically never run a fucking business a day in his life.
He's never accomplished anything.
He's saying, okay, when this came up in the debate, you could tell so much. Like when they started going into the business end of it on the debate, I'm like, buddy, you're toast, because
he's fucked.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, you're toast. You should have never opened up this can of worms. So he's saying minimum wage should be $15. Okay, whoa, stop, time out. Okay, first of all, Trump was right. It should be state mandated, because the cost of living across the country
varies.
It varies. Yes, it's different. But okay, so say I'm running a store. Okay, I got kids from high school or whatever. They're making $11-12 an hour, work in the store, and I have 7 of them. Okay, the minimum wage goes to $15. Guess what? 2 or 3 of them kids ain't going to be working for me anymore.
Yes, they don't think about that.
That's what they don't understand. But a part of me believes that's what they want, because they want people to live off the government.
No, that's exactly what it is, because they want to keep you under their thumb. What I think should be explored perhaps is when you have situations like that, jobs like that, fast food restaurants, things like that, they're meant to be either transitional or for high school kids, young kids. Okay. Now, there are the unfortunate few, probably several across the country, who that is their main source of income. What should be available, what on a state level, every state, is there should be job training available.
Right.
So if you are in fact falling below, or you're at the poverty line, but you want to better yourself.
Yeah.
College is not an option. Perhaps you don't have the credit score to go and get student loans.
That's the biggest rip-off in the world.
I went to college. I fucking regret every cent.
That is the biggest rip-off
My
in the world.
$56,000 in student loans, when I'm done paying it off, $97,000. $97,000 for a fucking bachelor's degree.
It's an absolute joke.
But what I would like to see somebody do, if you really want to help the disenfranchised parts of each state, if you would like, we will offer free job skills training through, they have Network RI and things like that. And I'm sure there's different ones all over the country. But offer free job training. What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Okay, we have this program for you. Work with organizations to bring these people in at entry-level jobs, help them work their way through the system. You know what I mean? There needs to be things in place, opportunities in place for these people.
I'm a firm believer that if you're not a lazy bastard, you're not going to go broke. If you're willing to work, there's opportunities out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Use your hands. I mean, God, learn a trade. Holy shit.
I wish I stuck with the trades instead of going to college.
Mechanic. I was actually a technician for Goodyear, Hotsy Four Corners. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up buying a catering truck. I always say to myself, if I stuck doing that, I'd probably have my own garage now. Yep. You know what I mean?
I know.
You're always going to need, you're never going to get replaced.
You and I will always fall back on our looks. Just remember that. Always. So Mike and I are going to start a business called Hunks House Cleaning. We're going to come by.
Hunks for Hire.
Yeah, Hunks for Hire. Several names. They're all going to be islands unto themselves. And what we'll do is we're going to come by topless and clean, preferably elder women with a lot of money and bad hearts. We're going to clean your house. We can discuss the fees later. And my wife will be our madam. Moving on.
There was another point I wanted to make about the debate too, because he got Biden to throw Obama under the bus with the Obamacare or whatever, and he said, well, I wasn't president and I was vice president. I was like, he just threw Obama under the bus. And then the oil thing, I was like, whoa, that was priceless.
So long, Pennsylvania.
Trump's face was like, that's a big statement. It was great.
So long, Pennsylvania. That's a critical state too for electoral college.
I think Florida. I don't know if this is right, but I think that no president has been elected without winning Florida. I'm almost positive that is, but
we're not going to fact check. But I'm just going to take your word for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't hold me to the coals to that. But I'm almost positive I heard that somewhere. But I mean, everything's up for grabs. I mean,
2 weeks.
He's doing, Steve. I think he's doing 17 rallies in 4 days. This man's a machine.
And where's Biden?
I guess he's doing something with Obama, but they're not disclosing. It's not open to the public, and they're not disclosing the location.
So here's my problem with this: is you cannot find a Biden supporter, a Kamala Harris supporter, to tell you what is it about their policies or their plans.
Other than they hate Trump. Tell me why you like your candidate without
just
saying
stop
the word
mentioning Trump.
It's not going to happen.
You know, so who is the Latino? Was it an MMA fighter?
Jorge Masvidal.
Okay.
He liked my tweet the other day. Woo!
Are you serious?
Thank you, Jorge. Yeah, buddy.
Dude, I didn't watch his speech where he talked about.
It was great.
And he made a great point. He looks at everything through the athletic, the sports world lens.
Yes.
So he said, you have a guy who, for 3.5 years, you were winning Super Bowls. Because you don't fire the coach after winning multiple Super Bowls. He said, if you got a coach who's been coaching for 47 years and he's never won a game, he goes, you fucking fire him.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Brilliant. I've seen that clip over and over, and I pass by a lot of those things because I see that it's for Trump. I'm like, all right, it's probably the same rhetoric and this and that, but I finally listened to that today. It was beautiful.
It
was absolutely beautiful. But you can't, just to get back on topic, like you cannot find somebody to talk about Biden's politics. Like for those of us who get up and go to work every day 40, 50, 60 hours a week, he wants to not only tax our houses 3%, but he wants to tax them 3% above what they were valued at when we bought them, not now. Why do you want to do that? Because Trump did such a good job of raising the property values?
Exactly.
You're like, hey, we'll tax 3% of what it was worth. Fuck you, man. Like, you're out of your mind.
I know.
He wants to raise the capital gains tax. He wants the payroll taxes. Like,
don't even get into the Second Amendment.
Everything's going to go up.
They want to tax the guns you already own and paid for.
Oh, like a car, you mean? You know, in Rhode Island, if you own a car long enough, you'll buy it twice.
They want to tax guns, too. The guns, whatever guns you have bought and paid for, they want to tax.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. And how many times is it reversed on fracking? And, oh, my God. When he said, I never said that, Trump goes, yeah, you did. We'll put it on your website. Trump goes, put it up. He pointed at someone in the crowd. He goes, put it up.
He's just a bad motherfucker, and I love him.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I never cared for Trump. I shouldn't say that. I never knew anything about him, like with the reality TV. Everyone knows who Donald Trump is.
I never watched The Apprentice.
Never.
You know, Poopy loved it. I think Poopy used to watch The Apprentice. She liked it. I ended up watching it when he didn't do it anymore. And I watched it one season, which I think Arnold Schwarzenegger had it, but it wasn't as good.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Arnold
just had heart surgery.
I never watched it, and it was a high-rated show.
Yeah, no, look, I didn't know much about Trump. And now, on a personal level, I cannot sit here and say, because I've never met the man or anybody else in politics for that matter, I don't know if I would like any politician or anyone or Trump for that matter, personally. Right. I've never met him.
Right.
Now, that being said, I just have to say that, put everything else aside, he's a better option for the job. Like if I was an employer and I had to hire Donald Trump or Joe Biden to do the job of running, say I still own the store. Yeah. These two guys come in and apply, they want to sell supplements for me. Who in the fuck is going to hire Joe Biden? I just can't. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
Listen, there are certain things, and I'm sure you'll agree with this. There are certain things in a true democratic mindset that I do agree with. I do think on some level, healthcare needs to be more affordable. I do think it's way out of whack.
Yeah, well, I was just listening to Mark Levin on the way here, and I guess Biden said something at a gathering. I call them gathering. You can't even call things rallies.
It's not a rally.
A gathering. He said,
it looks like a town council meeting.
It's terrible.
Where half the people got COVID.
It's horrible. It's so in the circles.
It's so sad.
Some of the circles are empty.
I know. It's so sad. It's like this distorted version of Twister. It's so bad. It's embarrassing. They should stop doing this.
Can I use that one?
Of course you can.
That's a good one.
It's awful.
What was the point I was trying to make? Oh, yeah, Mark Levin. I guess his daughter, because I guess Biden made the statement, well, the kid gets cancer and they're not going to be taken care of, this and that without Obamacare. And I guess Mark Levin's daughter at 2.5 got leukemia. And he was just, as I was driving here, he was going through the whole thing how he couldn't get coverage under Obamacare, how he had to keep calling.
It's a joke.
It's bad. It is bad. And then, everything doubled on it. It was, no, it's not good. And then if you didn't have it, when I was single...
You get fined.
I got fined. I had to pay out of my tax returns. Like, you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't want it. I didn't. I felt like I didn't need it at the time. It was,
I take care of myself.
Yeah.
I
was single. I had no kids at the time.
My doctor has to email me to remind me that I need to come in for shit. Like, I don't go, like, and I'm not, like, it's because I do whatever I can, and I know you do too, to take care of myself.
Yeah.
I safeguard, I take care of myself, I take I do whatever I need to do to keep my body as healthy and as strong as possible.
Yeah.
And that includes testosterone. Suck it.
I actually just put me on high blood pressure medication. I fought it for a year. I stopped everything for 1 year. I didn't do anything, and it was my dad died 52 of a heart attack. 52 years old. Bro, I'm 2 years away from that. Today's his birthday, actually. She has a birthday with Ivanka Trump. I found that out today.
Happy birthday.
So anyway, so I go to a cardiologist and had to get the blood pressure medication. What's the matter? I couldn't fit my head in there.
I'm just trying to tilt it up a little bit. I want to get the entire... There's no sense in wasting all this sexiness by having a bad camera angle.
Maybe 15 years ago.
So I went through the same thing. My mother's father died at 30. He was either 35 or 36. He died of a massive stroke. Wow. So I talked about when I did my episode with Brian Beneduce, and we talked about this. I was paranoid from 30 to 35.
Yeah.
I was getting panic attacks because I was afraid that I was just not going to wake up one night. Yeah. But I've never even had high blood pressure or anything.
Yeah, but when
I've been lucky.
Dad first passed, I was 26 years old, and now for the first time in my life, I actually think wow, I'm 2 years away. He would have been 76 today. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm 2 years away from when my dad passed away. And now I think maybe because, I don't know if it's because I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. I got a great girl. She's awesome. I'm happy with my job. Everything is
you're clicking on all cylinders.
Level. Yeah. And that's why I feel watch, in 2 years, it's all going to come to an end.
Listen.
I can't help think that now. And I never used to think like that.
You see, I was the same way for like I said, for 5 years or so. But I really do think it's just, you have to be able to control your emotions, live in the moment, stop stressing over things that just are relevant, And this is why I was never a big political person. I'm not and I've said this numerous times in several shows, I'm not a religious nor am I a political person.
Right.
The reason being, I just find them to be two incredibly divisive topics.
They're divisive. I just think that I personally like to believe in something. I don't care what your religion is.
Yeah.
I believe in God. I believe
I believe there's something.
Yeah.
Do I think it's a guy with a beard? I mean, I don't know.
I know what you're saying.
I've never devoted that much time to it.
I pray. I talk to God and...
So maybe we never talked about this then. So let's this is going to be the point in the show where I take that hard left. Every episode we have what I call the hard left, where we just start talking about random shit. So I did a paper in college, and I think I've talked about this on one of the shows. I wrote a paper in college. It was my astronomy class.
Yeah.
So the professor at the time had posed a question. He says, this week's topic is going to be God or science. I want your thoughts and reasons why.
Yeah.
So I wrote this 16 or 17 page paper about how I believed, we are in fact star matter. When a star explodes down to the cells that are in our body, that is what the sky, what the stars emit into the universe.
Right.
So I had said that I think we're just part of a gigantic recycling process. Our energy, because we have electrical current running through us, we are nothing more than, we're in a host right now. We're in an organism that seems to attract that energy, that electricity. When we die, it just seeks out another host. That's why we get deja vu. We've probably been in this realm or whatever it may be several times. I said, we are just part of a gigantic recycling process. You come from the atmosphere, you go down on the earth, you live, you become something. They put you in the dirt, you come back into plant life, whatever, you go back in the atmosphere. You just keep coming back. My paper was the topic of discussion for the next 2 weeks.
Really?
And he says, I've never, in I don't know how many years he was teaching, I could probably log in and find the email. He goes, I've never had that perspective. He goes, it's awesome to think that might actually be, this is a guy who teaches about the stars of the universe for a living. Yeah. He was just trying to see where people were at with religion and stuff like that. Good luck asking that question now. You'd probably get sued.
No shit.
You'd be fucked.
You know what I think sometimes too? I always wonder.
Move close to that mic.
I always think that we're in purgatory right now.
That's exactly what I think.
And
this is a test.
They're making a decision if we're going to go up or we're going to go down.
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder that too. It's weird.
Now that you said that, what do you do? Have you come into those pay it forward moments? I'll give you a perfect example. Aldi, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Last week, Brianna and I were walking into Aldi. A woman, so you gotta put a quarter in the carriage to get the carriage. You get the quarter back.
Oh, we scored a carriage there too.
So I got a woman gave me the carriage. I said, "Oh, I see to take the quarter." She goes, "No, it's okay." She goes, "Enjoy your night." Thank you very much. So as I'm walking out, I left my carriage. I didn't chain it back up. I left it there with the quarter in it so somebody else would get it.
Yeah.
There's 2 cars in the parking lot. I walk around the corner to get back in the car. I see a heavier woman walking around the corner. So I ran back around the corner. I got the carriage for her.
Yeah.
I brought it over to her. I gave it to her. She goes, "Oh, take the quarter." I said, "I have to pay it forward." I said, "I didn't pay for this carriage. Somebody gave it to me."
Yeah.
Hindsight 2020, I'm glad I did it because she looked like she needed some stabilization anyway. But I'm like, "Here, please take this. It's the least I could do." Somebody was kind enough to pay it forward to me. I'm like, "Have a great night. Have a better weekend."
Yeah.
And just the smile it gave. Like, I feel like stuff like that, when you get those moments and you capitalize on them, or you're the asshole that lets the door shut on the person walking in behind you.
But you know what, Steve? It's crazy because
that's what's going to get us into heaven.
All that Me Too shit was like they're saying like women. There are actually women on Twitter that like say don't hold the door open. How dare you hold the door open for me? I can do it myself, you know. But then you get these the Republican woman, the conservative woman that like, screw that. I still like having the door hold open for me, you know. And
Listen,
that conservative woman will probably pummel that other one.
Oh,
you know
thank you.
I mean?
When I'm in my office, I hold the door for women. Obviously,
of course, this is the way I was raised.
I'm only in my office 1 day a week, but like now, I'll hold the door for women. Like I'll wait in the end because you got a badge to get into the building because of security protocols.
Yeah.
So I'll wait if there's women in the parking lot. I'll hold the door for every single one of them.
Yep.
When I'm at the printer, if somebody's printing something, they're out of paper, I'll walk all the way to the other side of the building, grab a ream of paper, bring it back, fill the paper up for them.
Yeah.
And I have the same joke. It's terrible, but I love it. "Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind." I go, "I get very few opportunities to be chivalrous. Just let me have my moment." Just let me have my moment.
Yeah, I used to say that a lot of times too. Chivalry's not dead. See, if I hold the door.
No, it's not dead. We're just hard to find.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to talk a little bit about. Can you recall? And there's been so many. I don't know that we can. How many scandals Trump has survived up until this point?
You know how many times.
What was the first one?
Even as a Trump supporter, now, like, I will come November 3rd, I will crawl over glass to go vote for this man.
I would punch a baby.
Okay, exactly. And you know what? And that's why we have such a strong ground game because everyone feels that way.
Yeah.
But you know how many times I said, "Oh my God, this one's gonna get him. Oh my God. Oh God, he's done. He's done."
And he beats everything. The Teflon Don. He is the Teflon Don.
Real. It's like
it's all fabricated nonsense.
Yeah, it's like 5D. And a part of me says, you know what? Is he feeding this shit to the media, knowing he can beat it? Let them go here. I'll distract them, and I'll start doing this over here.
Will you look at how much he's accomplishing while these things are going on?
Yeah.
Like if people could just stop and realize, just go and Google Trump's accomplishments. Put aside the fact you don't like him as a person. And here's my issue with that. This is my issue with that. If you don't like him on a personal level, okay? Yeah. Unless you're in love with your boss or your coworkers, you're a fucking fraud.
Yeah.
If you're in an environment every single day just for the sake of a paycheck, but you're holier than thou when it comes to the president, get the fuck off your high horse.
Yeah.
Quit your job. Go work somewhere that you actually love what you're doing. That's the problem I have.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these people that are anti-Trump are anti-Trump just because the masses are anti-Trump. It has nothing to do with anything else.
And then people say, "Oh, I don't like the way he talks." But the thing is, how many people do you know? Are all of them perfect? I mean, you have friends. I'm sure when I leave here, you're going to say, "Oh, fucking Mike, he's so loud."
That's not true, man.
But you know what I mean?
I'm going to smell the chair when you get up.
But I'm saying, we have problems with our friends. I mean, he's not. But you know what? Guess what? We still love them.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Look,
as long as they're good to us or we get along or whatever, you know what I mean?
I just find it hard to believe that one individual on this planet who has any sort of suitable IQ thinks that Biden is a better fit for this country.
No.
Like he is the better option for this country. It makes me sick.
That was mine.
Oh, that's my email message.
That's my text.
Oh, no. My text is from Spaceballs. It's Rick Moranis.
That's a Trump text. That's a Trump text. See, I get these all day long.
Oh, you're like Brianna. Brianna has.
I get them all day long.
4,000 unopening. You know what? Hold on. We're going to conduct an experiment right now. Live. Watch this. I'm going to show you what funny is.
Oh God, who we calling?
I'm calling my wife. Watch this.
Hey.
Hello, Brianna.
Hello.
You're live on air with Steve. Mike, say hello.
Hi, Brianna.
Hi.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you open your email real quick? You can. Just say yes. Just say yes and do it.
Okay, hold on. Steve, and so that I'm lying on.
No. No need to tell your mother what's going on.
Don't tell your lover.
Yeah, tell your boyfriend you gotta be home at a decent time. Is it open?
Yeah.
How many unanswered emails do you have?
I'm not doing this. I am not doing this.
How many unanswered emails do you have?
Who wants to know?
The audience, your fans.
All my fans?
Yeah. How many unopened emails do you have right now?
If you must know. I can't even say.
Say it.
I'll take a screenshot and send it.
No, I need an answer. This is
3,506.
3,506. How many of them are political emails?
A lot, because I'm a very important person.
All right, be careful driving. I love you.
All right, love you too. Bye.
Bye.
I'm not a one-upper.
She gets buried.
I'm not a one-upper.
You have more than 3,000?
But I asked Poopy how many I had on things. She sat there one day for like 3 hours erasing emails. She goes, "This doesn't bother you?" I'm like, "No, I don't care." I mean, I still have an AOL account, all right? So
that's like saying you still watch Simpsons,
right? Yeah, I still have an AOL account. And
as somebody who lives and dies by their email, I don't want one unanswered email because I exist in my email.
Really?
Oh, it sucks.
Oh, you gotta see
for
mine.
Work anyway.
I'm gonna get back to like I don't know how to check how many I have on my phone because I don't think my phone will tell me. Like, see, I don't know how many I have on my phone.
Oh, you don't use Gmail?
No, that's the AOL. I told you, I'm antiquated.
Hold on.
That only goes back to 590.
Yeah, you have 590.
No, that's only on the phone, Steve.
So
I probably got
stops.
like 59,000. I'm telling you, it's bad.
I think it's hysterical that you actually showed me the political email you get because, dude, she gets bombarded.
No, that was my text. I get the text from Trump.
The other night, me, Brianna, my brother are having dinner, and she gets an email, and then a few seconds later, I'm sitting on the couch.
And it's bothering you, right?
Eating me up. So I said,
"You're sicko."
My brother goes, "What was that?" I go, "That's her not answering her fucking emails or deleting anything." As she's telling me, "Oh, shut up," it went off again.
Yeah, right?
Mid-sentence.
Yeah. You gotta don't sweat the small stuff.
Oh, I can't. I'm sweating right now thinking about it.
That's one thing I noticed when I get older. I'm starting to get anxiety now. Like certain things.
Because everything's annoying.
Anxiety with.
Everything's annoying.
Driving, I get anxiety. Like if someone's on the highway in front of me doing like 60, I get anxiety.
I'll go in the high speed lane to get around the breakdown lane to get around people on the highway now. I'm going to kill somebody.
I think it's just my getting older. Before stuff didn't bother me. Now it is. It's crazy.
You know what we need to do?
What?
So I'm 42. You're 50?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you approach 60, you and I need to we need to do a podcast from a park bench, feeding a couple of pigeons,
right?
Just judging people as they walk by. You know our girl's gonna lock us in a closet somewhere, right? That's exactly what's gonna happen. Oh, yeah, I can't wait for election night. So I know we talked a little bit about Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I had Alex Jones on the other day.
Yes. Alex Jones is this big guy they want to ban, and he's a nut job. And it's so funny because... And Rogan called him out. He said the only thing he really screwed up on was the Sandy Hook thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't really argue back. He kind of knows that. He gets it. But he's been right about a lot of stuff, Steve. He's been right about a lot of stuff.
But so when you finish one, I know you said you got about halfway through. It was like 3 hours and 11 minutes.
It was a long time.
So I listened to it when I was working a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And it's funny, at the end, he says that he wants to retire in the next year or so. He said because he said, I'm 50. You know, he's only like 50, early 50s.
Yeah, when he gets on his rants, he gets so. I was watching one episode where he said, "All right, here." He told the guy,
he brings evidence of everything.
Go ahead, read that. I want you to do it. He's telling his guy, and his guy starts reading it, and then he jumps in. No, let me tell you this. It's like the guy can't even read. He gets so excited.
Sit still.
No,
but it's funny that they.
His neighbor is Jesse James. West Coast Choppers, Jesse James.
I love Jesse James.
Yeah, that's his neighbor. He makes badass guns now.
Okay, so Jesse James, number one, banged Janine Lindemoller.
Yeah.
The 90s porn star.
Who was with Vince Neil also. Vince Neil, yeah.
One of the best 90s porn stars. So I've heard.
Yeah.
And then Sandra Bullock.
He said he screwed that up.
I can't stand Sandra Bullock.
He said he admitted that he screwed that up.
She is an attractive woman.
Yeah.
She's got a nice physique, but for some reason, I can't stand her movies.
You want to know something, though? When they were together, you never seen them on The Inquirer or anything?
Never.
No, he laid it down with like, would you fuck with him? Not me. No.
I wouldn't fuck with him.
No. And he's a cool shit. Like, if you watch his shows and stuff, he's all about hard work, and he works a lot of hours. Like,
how did they break up?
He works his ass off. He cheated on her.
With who?
I think who's that tattoo lady? Cat. Cat.
Asian lady?
No, what's her name? The Cat something. Poopy knows the name. She knows the whole story.
Let's Google that shit right now.
Cat. I don't know.
Who did Jesse James cheat on Sandra Bullock with? I'm gonna find out right now. Oh, I see.
Is it Cat?
It says 20 women behind Sandra Bullock's back. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm looking at this tattoo girl.
Is it Cat? Is her name
It's not
Cat?
given a name. Hold on a minute. It just says Jesse James. This tattoo girl just looks like straight trash. At least Sandra Bullock is classy. I'll give her that much. This girl with the tattoo, she just looks like something you'd pick up at a bar in South Providence. But girls like that can be very adventurous, let's just say. He cheated on her with 20 girls?
I don't know.
I'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Mike, now that we're the night before Halloween,
Yeah.
what's your favorite holiday? You're Italian. I know you're going to say Christmas.
Yeah, it's got to be. And it's just because, the food. I do Christmas. I love it.
Before you go any further, what's your spread? What's your signature spread?
Antipasto. Well, Carol, my mom, I call her Carol. She does the antipasto. Actually, I call my mother Putana. It's always saying I call her all the time. What are you doing, Putana? I had a couple birthday cakes, so happy birthday, Putana. We had, yeah.
So I'm going to call my 92-year-old grandmother right now.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Watch this.
I feel like we're on an episode of Crank Yankees.
This is exactly what this is. My grandmother's hysterical. Let's, you call your grandmother, your mom, Putana?
Yeah.
All right.
Putana.
Hi, Steven.
Graham, what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm laying down.
You're not naked, are you?
No, what?
I'm actually live on my show right now with my guest Mike, and we were calling just to say hello.
Oh, you asked me if I'm naked.
Yeah, you never know. You're kind of a freak. I don't know.
Is she single?
Mike wants to know if you're single.
Hell no, I'm a widow.
Yeah, no, that means you're single.
No, I'm not.
Old school. She's old school.
She says she has no
I'm
boyfriend.
92-year-old, you dopey kid.
All right, listen. Because you and your sister won't come on the show, this would be the only way I can actually get you on the show.
Oh, you mean I'm going to... You're putting me on this show?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to be live, Graham.
I'm going to break your ass.
Good. All right, listen, I love you. Go back to bed.
I adore you. Good night.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Hello, cracker.
Bye. She's calling me a cracker.
So we do the antipasto, and then and my mother always brings, what is it? The NEF. This Italian disease is the NEF.
Do you guys
the
do
NEF? Never enough food disease.
Do you guys do the 7 fishes?
That's Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay.
It's
all
all
right.
the fish. Yeah, Christmas Eve is all. Now my brother married. His wife comes from Portuguese family. Like they're right off the boat, so they do the fish. Like they have fish heads, octopus, stuff that
I love octopus.
Oh, I won't touch.
I feel bad because
I can't eat it. I get the gout.
Oh, really?
So Christmas Eve sucks for me. So yeah, you ask me
can't
how
eat anything.
Christmas Eve is out because I can't eat it because I get the gout.
And that
bad.
shit
Right
hurts,
in the
man.
ball of my foot. I can't
you
walk.
can't move.
No, it's bad.
So for those of you who don't know what the gout is, it's when the blood crystallizes as it passes through.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Vessels?
The joints, I think, is what it is.
Around the joints.
Yeah, it's incredibly painful. Inflammation.
Oh, hell
Supposedly
yeah.
it feels like razors going through you.
It's bad.
Yeah.
To the touch, like you can't. Oh, it's brutal.
Oh, so that's an aristocrat disease.
Yeah.
The rich man's disease.
That's what they say.
That's
yeah.
exactly what it is.
Yeah, and I love lobster. I love it.
Do you know what's funny about lobster? Lobster is held in such high regard, but that used to be what they give. That used to be what they gave to slaves.
Yeah.
It was garbage. They used to give that to like the bottom of the bottom, and now we charge
that.
top dollar for it.
I know. It's
Where do we
crazy.
go wrong?
That's one thing in New England. We're lucky.
Yeah, we really are.
You know?
So and then, it's funny you brought that up. So Brianna and I were talking recently. Her friend Janelle, her best friend Janelle, grew up right around the corner from where she grew up. Now she lives in Texas. When she comes home, all she wants to do is go out to eat. She loves going out to dinner because the food is so much better here.
Yeah.
When you get into like the Midwest, down south, things like that, I think
A lot of barbecue, right?
Yeah. Which I'm cool with, but I just feel
Yeah.
like when you get out of the Northeast, like we have some of the best food in the country over here.
Yeah. It'd be like go down south and say, I'm making a gravy, come over and eat. Why isn't it brown?
If you could travel anywhere in the country right now, where would it be?
South Dakota.
Right? There you go.
Yeah, South Dakota. Right now, man, she's ballsy. I love her. I love the way she runs that.
You know how cheap it is to live out there?
And I know that, okay, like the per capita, there's a lot of room there.
Yeah.
I get that. But she did hold Sturgis this year. 250,000 bikers. There was no spike. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I love her. I think she's strong. I really think she'd be a candidate for VP in
What about Tulsi
2024.
Gabbard?
Tulsi Gabbard, now, there's one that I
Why
think
is she
the
a Democrat?
Democrats blew it because she would have given Trump a run.
Oh, fuck yeah, she would. Absolutely.
She would have got like a lot of the independents plus the Democrats. You know what I mean?
They're gonna regret
you would have
that.
got the rhinos to vote for her too. You know what I mean? The Republicans that kind of like to Trump.
Yeah.
I think he would have had his hands full with her.
Oh, absolutely.
But she's a strong woman. And she wouldn't have fallen in line with everything they wanted to do because there was actually a rumor that she was gonna speak or be a guest at the first debate for Trump. Mm-hmm. There was a rumor, but I don't know if she was. I don't think she was.
No,
who knows? The media wouldn't cover it anyway.
She's an interesting candidate. Like, I think a lot of her policies, things like that. I know she's put herself out as a Democrat.
Yeah.
I don't think she's a Democrat.
No.
I don't think because, I mean, if you're truly a Democrat and you have the opportunity to sit where Joe Biden is right now,
Yeah.
wouldn't you take it?
Yeah.
Like, do you get the feeling that she's not really a Democrat? Like, she's just...
Well, the party kind of pushed her out. They didn't want her because, like I said, she wasn't going to fall in line with all this. Listen, if Biden gets in, like Trump says, it's going to be AOC and 3 running the country. You know what I mean? That they're basically going to be feeding him what to do. And listen, Pelosi did that test run of the 25th Amendment. I'm telling you, Kamala will be president within a year.
Of course she will.
Within a year, she'll be president. Oh, man. Dear God, save me.
Do you notice that ever since this whole thing came out about his laptop, you haven't heard shit from Biden, Kamala, Pelosi?
No one. They can't deny it, first of all.
Well, I think that's why they're avoiding being in
Of
public
course.
because they can't deny it.
And Steve, none of the networks are covering it. Tucker Carlson, I've been watching him like the last 3 nights, like I'm waiting for him, good evening, I'm Tucker Carlson.
Could you imagine if something about one of Trump's kids came out?
Oh, forget it. Don Jr. says it all the time. They questioned him for 30 hours, Steve. 30 hours they questioned him for. It's crazy. And he said he would get up to go do a bathroom break and he would check his Twitter feed or whatever. And there was stuff coming out of that room that would leak into the press. And the press was covering it. He's like, I was just in that room. Like, it's already out here. Like, it's crazy. It's so bad. It's so bad.
So tilted. I guess my next question would be, how the hell do you reverse course? How do you take the power back?
Well, I guess there's the Section 230 that Trump keeps talking about.
I keep hearing that. I don't know what it is.
And what I think it is, it's because what Twitter does once they start pulling stuff down, they become a publisher. Mm-hmm. And they basically lose the right to like public domain or whatever.
Yeah.
So that then when they start doing stuff like that, now they open themselves up to lawsuits and stuff. And I think that they're protected by 230. Don't hold me to the fire for that, but I think that's how it works. So Trump kind of wants to revoke that. And look, guess what? Every voice needs to be heard. That's like, I have no problem with someone not voting for Trump. I don't care.
Yeah.
But don't label me as a certain type because I'm voting for him. You know what I mean? Like, God forbid he loses the election. I'm not going to be like screaming into the sky.
No.
And like, guess what? Life goes on.
We
In
dealt
4
with-
years, we go at it again.
For those of us that didn't vote for Obama, did you see any of this bullshit,
No.
this childish behavior
No.
for 8 fucking years?
I'll be honest with you. The first time I voted was 16 for Trump. He got me off my ass, and that's what he woke up in 16. He woke up the silent majority that was just not caring about politics.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know?
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, so I think he's done a lot of good. I mean, the good he's done, God, weighs out the bad tremendously. If you're level-headed, like you said, and you look at it from a fair, down-the-middle perspective, there's no denying
I think a lot
what
of
this
people
guy has done for the country.
I think there's a lot of people that have a hard time doing that because they're so hung up on the fact that they're brainwashed into hating him as a human being.
Well, look at I'm not telling the African American community how to vote or whatever. They have a right just like anyone else. This is America. Everyone's got a right to vote the way they want, and they should do it without having to worry about blowback.
Well, that's the other problem.
You know what I mean?
You have to be worried about how your friends, your family, your community is going to react if you vote a certain way.
Right.
So a lot of people, you get peer pressured, so to speak.
Exactly.
To do certain things.
Yeah, and you know, and it's like when the people get into that booth and they pull that lever or whatever they do, there's a lot of people that'll be like, I hate Trump, but they're gonna pull that lever for
Yeah,
him.
because look at the alternative.
I know.
It's scary.
It is scary.
Because you're voting for Biden.
You don't think Democrats have 401ks? Seriously? I mean, come on.
You're voting for Biden, but you're not actually voting for Biden because he is not physically going to make it
No.
a full 4 years.
Oh, he's not going to make 4 minutes. He can't hold a friggin'
Do you ever wonder-
gathering.
My curiosity is, how is he making it through these debates? Are they pumping him full of Adderall?
Yeah, the debates. Yeah, he was definitely.
Yeah, he had to be on-
That's why Trump was saying drug testing.
Oh, yeah, because they want to know what's in his system.
Of course. Like I said, I saw a video. Now the news cuts out the end of the clip, but I saw it on Twitter where his wife was actually holding him by the hand and pulling him in the direction
Like an old
he needed
man.
to walk. Yeah,
He's a prop. He's a
Steve,
prop.
he stays in his basement. I mean, come on. Trump's like a machine.
I know.
He's doing like 4 rallies in one day next week or this week coming.
Yeah, he don't give a shit.
No,
Guy's
and
relentless.
I think he's doing I heard election night he's going to be in Pennsylvania, which is that's a ballsy move because that's like you don't know what way that state's going to go right now.
Not for nothing.
I honestly think he should. I mean, after the oil and the fracking, I mean, he should kill it over there.
I would think so.
Right.
This fucking guy wants to get rid of the oil
shit.
industry.
Oh shit!
Look, do I think that there are opportunities to do more with clean energy and so forth? Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Are we ready for it? No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Did you hear about Alex Jones getting all into that with the coal and stuff?
Yes, about the clean coal, the filters and everything.
Yeah. So I mean, we are actually our coal is very clean.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's not a problem right now.
No, it's not. So
All right, listen, we're going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to get him another glass of water. I'm going to swap batteries. We'll be right back. Who is this episode brought to you by?
Ocean State Nutrition.
Erections, muscles, fat loss. That's what we sell. Well, he sells. I don't do it anymore. We'll be back.